Merry Christmas, everyone! No, it's not Christmas. Okay, hello everyone, CaddywhumpusGamer here, bringing you another episode of Boundless. I know it's been a while since I recorded, and quite a bit has changed, but I got involved in the game. I actually recorded this episode, and then I messed something up, and I had to do it over again, and I kept putting it off. I've built out my house like this. And then downstairs is where some of the major changes have happened. The floor here, this is refined gleam. This is cream gleam. That's really hard to say. Try saying that 10 times fast. Cream gleam. And then this is blue gleam. I have found yellow gleam. Oops. And the yellow gleam looks like that. This is raw. This is refined. With this is also raw. This is this is raw. That's refined. What it does is it puts the edges around it and makes it more of a flat, as opposed to this kind of looks 3D because of the bump outs on it. Anyway, enough of that. So this episode is going to be about the extractor and the compactor and making metal tools. So copper tools, iron tools. That's the next tier that we're working on. I've already gotten past that. I've made gold tools. I've actually collected some gems. I haven't made gem tools yet, but we'll get to those eventually. I'm trying to do like a play-by-play as I go along, so that you can kind of follow along and learn how to play the game. I actually had a guy the other day, I think he subscribed to the channel. He's like, hey, I just found out about the game from watching one of your videos. And I'm like, oh, wow, cool. And he actually went and he bought the game and started playing. And I've actually picked up like 9 subscribers in like the last 2 weeks. So that's just awesome. Thank you to all of you who subscribed. It definitely lets me know that there are people who are interested in watching the content that I make. And it actually gives me a little bit of motivation to make more videos. So I appreciate the subscriptions. I also appreciate the thumbs up and the suggestions and stuff in the comments, or even questions in the comments, or just comments in the comments. Anyway, okay. Where was I? The extractor. So you're going to build the extractor in the workbench. And if you scroll down to, it's probably in uncraftable recipes. And if you don't see it there, that's because you need to add tech fragments. That would be why. Okay, if I throw those in here, there we go. Let's scroll all the way up. I think I showed this. Okay, the compactor is going to be the second one we're going to make. We're looking for extractor. And you go, well, what do you use an extractor for? I'll show you in a minute. Okay, you're going to need stones. So that's like the refined stones, not just the type that you mine. You're going to need 2 copper. And you're going to need 2 ancient tech fragments. I built like a medium batch, so it took a little bit more resources, just because I use multiple machines. Like, I had one of my subscribers was like, why did you make 25 workbenches? I'm like, well, first of all, I wasn't paying attention. And second of all, I actually use, there's a workbench, there's one, and there's one. So I actually use 4 of them. So multiple machines can be nice because they have a limited inventory, like right here. So this one's kind of like my miscellaneous. I have one over here that I just use pretty much for making metal tools. And this one over here is like the higher tiered craftable stuff, like stuff that uses glass and glue and whatever. And then this one here is kind of my tool / machine making one. So I just leave my ingredients in there all the time. Look at that, 115 tech fragments. I've actually got 5 tech components. I use some tech components. Can't even talk right today. Tech components to make these spark cores, which kind of, they're like generators. They generate something called spark, and it stores it in here. It's like a battery, and then you use it in higher tier recipes and stuff. Man, I cannot talk today. Okay, so you're going to build the extractor in the workbench. You're going to plop it down. It's 4 pieces, just like the other machines. And also the order that you place these in, it doesn't necessarily affect how the machine works, just how it looks. So you can actually affect which one of these pieces lands where. Like if you wanted this glowy box thing to be underneath this like piston thing that moves up and down, it's all in the order that you place them. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that. We'll see. Anyway, you plop the extractor down and you're going to open it up. And one of the things you're going to throw in there is fossils. I've done a whole ton of mining since the last video I did, like a whole ton of mining. Like I've spent probably 30-40 hours mining, just because I like mining. I'll put on like an audiobook or something and I'll just go mine away. Anyway, smelted down, bunch of ores. But anyway, you're going to throw your fossils in here, and then you're going to go to recipes and you're going to go to fossil extract, and I'm just going to do up a bunch of that since I got so many fossils sitting in there. Now this is a batch at 25, and it takes 25 minutes, so a minute per powder. And then I've already got a bunch done here, so I'm going to grab this, and then we're going to take this and we're going to go over here to the workbench that I use for metal tools and throw it in here. Yeah, I've actually got way more than I need. And you can see now, if we go over to the recipes, uncraftable items, I'm going to need some sticks and I'm going to need metal. Let's see. Oh, I left my sticks. Where did I leave my sticks? Oh well. We'll just create some. Normally I do the bulk batch, but I just want some sticks so that I can show you. Oh yeah, metals. It would help if I put the metals in there. We can put iron in, we can put copper in. Okay, now you can see copper axe, all this different stuff, iron tools. I mainly stick to copper because right now with the current ore generation, iron's fairly rare. So I tend to do a lot of copper because copper and iron are like, they work the same except for I think maybe durability, but what they can mine is the same as far as I know. So if you want to make iron, whatever, it takes sticks, it takes iron, and it takes the fossil extract. That's why you need the extractor before you can make metal tools. Okay, so that's the extractor. Now the compactor. The compactor is made with stones, iron, because you remember the extractor I think took copper, this takes iron. You need ancient tech fragments again, and then it takes 7.5 minutes to craft one. Once you craft it, you place it down, you open it up, you throw in, you can compact silty soil, because in order to make glass, I'll show you that, in order to make glass you're going to need sand and you're going to need compact silt. That's how you make glass, and you're going to need glass for decoration. You're also going to need it for making beacon blocks, which I think on the test server, the recipe, I'm not sure what that is. It might change, or it might be just different because it's the test server. I've hopped back and forth between the servers, and stuff is drastically different between the test server and live server. And see, I made the walls here gleam because I didn't want lights like all over the place. Yeah, I put some in, but some of the light just comes from the gleam walls. This here is growth. It's cool. You can see how it kind of creeps up the wall. That looks really cool. Anyway, I got distracted. Compactor. You can throw all your coal in there. You can throw in silty soil, clay soil, and peaty soil. Now, I don't have anything made up, but the clay soil you take and you're going to use that in the mixer, and I'll show you that in another video, and I'll make sure that I have clay made up for that, hopefully, if I don't forget. And you can also take peaty soil and you can compact that, and you can use that in the spark core for making spark for other stuff. You can also alloys and stuff, I'll explain that later. There's a whole complicated process for making gold and silver and titanium tools, and to be honest with you, it's really a pain, and I hope they change it in the future. I like being able to just, you know, take my iron or my copper and just throw it in the workbench and make stuff with it. Because you actually have to mix the alloys, you have to compact them, you have to refine them, then you can use them. And it's so many steps and so much spark. But anyway. So you can see in the recipes here, because of some of the stuff that I have thrown in here, you actually you can compact rubies and diamonds, because I found both of those. Alloys, coal, compact coal. By compacting it, you get more fuel out of it. It doesn't cost you any power or anything to compact it. So you just compact it and you get a little bit extra boost. The only downside is that you need 360 in order to make a batch of 50. So I'm going to start one now since I got enough to do that. And actually these blocks right here, these are compact hard coal. And they're really nice for decoration, but they're expensive because each one of these is like 7.2 compact coal if you make the big batch. So yeah, it can be a little bit expensive if you want to decorate with this stuff. Since last time I also made storage, I made doors. What's behind this door, there's another room, and I'll show you that in a later video. These are like workbenches, and if you stick more than 4, they connect. So I wanted like just some extra decoration. So what I did was, there's the 3 down there, and then there's these 3 here, and then there's 2 here. There's nothing connecting here. There's just a single one here. There's 2 here. So you can see the 3, the 3, the 2, the 2, the 1. And I also stacked them over here. It's just 2, 2. There's nothing behind here. Then there's just a single one, and then there's 3. So you can kind of use the machine blocks. They kind of look like crates, and you can just kind of use them for decoration. You can also use portal blocks, or warp conduits, and portal conduits. These are actually really cool. And you can actually just, you know, use these if you wanted to build some kind of interesting floor or something. I can't place that. Oh, because it can't be placed next to one of these. There has to be a gap. But you could actually build like a nice little like floor or whatever. You can actually lay portals on the ground. They actually look pretty cool. I actually saw somebody who did that. Okay, so the extractor, the compactor, and I showed you how you can craft the tools. You can also make, let's see, recipes. If you throw copper in the workbench, you can also make slingbow extra damage crystals. And it costs 36 timber and 18 of any base metal. Base metals are copper and iron. And like I said, with the current ore distribution, I tend to use copper over iron. Later on, when you start making alloys, you mix silver and iron together to get silver alloy. You mix gold and copper together to get gold alloy. And most people skip titanium because they're working on changing the recipe on that. But what it used to be was you made gold alloy, you made silver alloy, and then you mixed gold alloy, silver alloy, and titanium in order to get titanium alloy, which it was so expensive. And I believe that is one thing that they have said that they are going to address, is the fact that it's way too expensive to make, because what everybody does is they make gold and silver tools, they go mine gems, and then they never bother making titanium. Oh, that's it. I used some of the titanium I made to make these titanium furnaces, so all my furnaces are actually titanium ones. And they smelt a little bit quicker. I don't think it affects the fuel usage rate, but I think they just cook quicker, and it's only like 3 seconds faster, or 5, 7, I forget. It's just a few seconds difference, but like when you come home and you've got, like, I've got 93 ore here, but when I go mining, I'll come home with, you know, 400 ores, and I'll just throw them in the furnace, and I'll throw in some compact coal or something like that, and then go do something for a while and come back. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to talk about. I talked about the storage blocks. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you how to make the storage blocks or the doors or any of that. Okay, so in the workbench, if you throw in iron, you can make nails. So I always try and make mass batches of stuff that we use a lot of, and nails, you will go through quite a lot of those if you're making certain items. So it's 36 iron gives you 400 nails compared to using 1 iron to give you 8 nails. Yeah, so it's like a pretty decent savings. But once you make nails, where are my nails? Here we go. Once you get nails, you're going to throw those in here, and you can see there's 99 recipes I can make right now. If I throw these in, it doesn't go up any. Okay, that was weird. Oh. Anyway, I don't know why that didn't change. You're going to need nails and glue to make storage blocks. Now, whatever stone you're using, because it's stones, nails, glue, whatever colored stones you're using, like right in here, I have red. So if I make storage blocks, they will actually be red, the color of the stone. Storage shelves are timber, nail, and glue. Doors are timber and nail. And you have regular doors and you have trap doors. And the nice thing about the doors, I love this, is the fact that they connect together. So normal doors on a lot of the games that I've seen are, 2 blocks tall. But here you can actually connect them. You can see here, these are 3 blocks. And I don't want to show you what's in this room, but I really want to open the door. Let's see if I can stand over here. Yeah, there you go, see? So that whole door will open and close. So I will show you what's in there eventually. I really want to show you, but I'm going to wait. I'll give you something to look forward to. Leave a comment saying what you think I've started building back in this room. And, yeah, there's a couple people that have seen it and know what it is. They were online and I was showing them around. I've actually gotten to talk to a couple of my subscribers. I actually audio chatted with one of them the other day, and that was really, really cool. It means a lot to me, you guys subscribing, supporting me, and all of that. But I think I'm going to wrap up this episode. It's been about 18 minutes, and I'm just rambling at this point in time. So if you liked it, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe and see the videos in the future that I'm putting out, please go ahead and subscribe. It definitely means a lot to me. And I will catch you in the next video.